But then, in December of 1986, a prosecutor began to investigate the brothers' home after hearing rumors from a local hunter that a group of labor workers were logging in a nearby mountain while being abused by guards with clubs. Now, by January, a full-blown search and seizure took place. The investigation, which included interviews of more than 100 inmates, guards, executives, all different people that worked at the center, it ended up concluding that the home's inmates, who were all mostly of sound mind, had been involuntarily transported to and detained by the center, where they were forced into unpaid labor. So they were snatched up off the street, completely sound mind, and forced to work for nothing. There's other words for that, but y'all get it, right? They were supposedly given identification numbers, okay? Kind of reminding you like of the Squid Game show. Their heads were shaved, and they were given matching dark blue tracksuits to wear. Again, sound familiar? Many investigations followed this first one. During them, more and more horrific things come out about this home. Inmates were often forced to stand in painful postures for long periods of times, and they were beaten if they could not stand still. They had them hang from their bunk beds upside down for long periods of time until their faces began to swell from the blood pooling. They even had them play games that would end in them pulling their own teeth out. Yes, the younger little ones, the younger inmates, were often victims of SA by the officers. And some of them, mostly girls, were sent out of the country for adoption. It has been discovered that most of these girls had living biological parents, but were given false papers to show that they were orphans so they could be adopted out, which really meant sold for money. It has also been reported that the inmates, if you can really call them inmates, most of them were innocent people that were taken off the street for whatever reason, were fed antipsychotics with their tiny portions of food as a form of chemical restraints. Survivors of the brothers' home have alleged that there was a close cooperation between the home and the Protestant church. One former survivor reported being forced to perform in Christian plays for local and international guests. Another was actually sent to the home by somebody who claimed to be a Christian missionary. And I say claim to be because obviously, if they're doing things like this, whatever, But they say that the person said that they were forced to write letters on behalf of the church asking for donations. The director of the brothers' home would often preach at the church, which was built by the forced labor of the people being detained at the brothers' home. Can you believe that? This man was at the brothers' home while all this was going on. Again, little recap, people being hung upside down. These are not prisoners, okay? These are not people. Some of them were thieves. Some of them were caught doing things on the streets, right? But not all of them. Some of them they're hung upside down, heads swollen with blood, made them play games where they had to pull out their own teeth, everything that was happening to the younger inmates. And then the person that's over it is the preacher, is going and giving a word, speaking over people. Terrifying. Reports say less than 10% of the people that were detained at the home were actually living on the streets when they were taken in. Yeah, less than 10%. Reports also estimate that a total of 657 people died inside the brothers' home from 1975 to 1988, which is only 13 years.